Hello everybody, welcome back to Something Sketchy. I mentioned before that I used to do adult coloring. Well, I had to go to one of my favorite stores and they're pretty cheap there. It's called Ollie's, and I don't know if you have any in your area, but here in Pennsylvania we have the Ollie's outlet store. So I went today and I scored 3 books, and I'll do a flip through of them, and then I'm going to show you the ISBN on the back, so if you want to get them, if they're on Amazon or eBay or anything like that. These were only $3.99 each. I got the Goblincore, Forestcore, and Kaleidomorphia, and I couldn't beat the price. Okay, let's take a look at the Goblincore first. Like I said, the prices can't be beat. And I'll quickly give you this right now so you have that information. Hopefully you can see it. Leave it there for a little bit for you. Okay. Now, we'll do a flip through. I even like the cover. That's pretty good. It says, reject the perfection and embrace the diversity and curiosities of nature. It says right down here. Okay. Here's the inside flap. It says on this page, embrace the chaos, the grime, and the gnarly. That's one of the pages that they have already colored. And these are two-sided pages. And the one page is like, this one's all mushrooms, but it's in like a tan outline lining. And then there's 2 mushrooms dancing. Mushroom goblins. This one is in purple, and it's moths. Reminds you of, I can't even think of the name of that movie. Silence of the Lambs, that's it. And here's the moth page, and this is actually a heart. That's so cool. Some moths and leaves, and this is in pink. This one's in pink. Check out that goblin. He's got more eyes than he knows what to do with. Then we got, looks like bees, wasps, hornets, and that's in purple. And moths. And this one is 2 fairies with mushroom. This one has snails, and it's in green outline. Here's a bug. Insect page. This one's in brown, mushrooms. And a mushroom page here. And I like their enclosed too. This is another mushroom page. This is in that tan color again. But I like how they have a border around them. It's a big, it's an insect. I'm just going to be safe with saying that. More moths on the back in purple and flowers. And there's a tree door. And I'm guessing, from what I'm seeing, is looks like these repeat themselves pretty much. So I'm not going to keep going over those. But they do come in different colors. We'll just stick to this page for now. There's some rats. Another tree house. Look at all the doors. All the little doors in there. Little houses. Looks like a treehouse village. Goblins. And his reflection down here. Ooh, look at that guy. He looks like he's up to something. Oh, she's pretty. Big fat toad with a mushroom hat. Fairy and her baby. I've never seen too many baby fairies with a mother fairy and a bird watching over them. Snail, slug, coming over that mushroom to get to the gnome. This looks almost like it. Oh man, this is a messed up creature. It looks like a cat, and it's got 2 arms and tons of legs, and it looks like it has some kind of wings. Yeah, that's just something you'd find in the Congo, right there. Yep. Whole new type of cryptid. The mushrooms have eyes. Here's a mushroom with a frog on top. Oh, he looks sad for some reason. Like happy sad. I don't know. Can't really tell. Looks like he's smiling here, but these eyes are so sad looking. Just a pretty flower page. And there are those sad eyes again. Mushroom and a snail. Mushrooms and a skull. Oh, that could be interesting, the color. Oh, and it even has gems coming out. Crystals. Mushrooms, mushrooms, and more mushrooms. It's a pretty busy page. Fairy. Gnome house, probably. Or goblin house. And there's a goblin. Aw, he's really sad. Skull moth. There you go. Silence of the Lambs. The moon, some mushrooms. Look at this. This is awesome. These are all flowers here, but it's a turtle made out of flowers. Mushrooms. Boy, if you like mushrooms, this is the book for you. Another goblin house. Or fairy house. Well, more like a goblin, because right there's a skull on the top there. Oh, a skull with crystals from the eyes, flowers and mushrooms. Another underground house for a troll, a gnome, goblin. There's a frog and a fairy. Crystals and mushrooms. These are crazy mushrooms. Here's a frog. These are pretty. Looks like a blue jay. And a snail and a frog and an insect. We got mushrooms here. We got an underground house with a round entrance. That's different. Another door, keyhole door. Oh, that's neat. I like that skull. Looks like a ram skull. Snail and some mushrooms. Ooh, another skull with the moths on it and roses. Fairy sleeping in the tree. Another circular entrance to another fairy house. Snails again with some grubby looking mushrooms. A fairy waiting on her flowers. Another fairy. That's a cute one. Ooh, look at that. That one actually reminds me, maybe it is, maybe I'm right. Looks like an underwater creature. These could be like the bubbles coming up and then the water in the background. That's how I would interpret that one. Here's a goblin. And here's a forest. Would it be a nymph? Reminds me of like a solstice theme. Oop, here's a little mushroom house in a jar. Like a terrarium. Mushroom with a snail. Insect. And the pages are kind of thick, so I'd still put something in between if you're going to use markers. A frog. Psychedelic frog. On a lily pad. A female, a little girl. Goblin. Is this a unicorn skull? I've never seen one of those. That's pretty different. Insect with mushrooms and crystals. That's not a bug I'd want to come across. It's got too many things going on up there. And in the back there. Ooh. That's a scary mushroom. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of a jellyfish. There's, the king of the forest. This one reminds me of, I cannot think of his name. Gary, that's it, on SpongeBob. And that's the end. Mushrooms, snails, frogs, and goblins galore. Another look at the front. Okay, now we'll do the Forestcore coloring book. It says more than 100 pages to color. That's pretty. That's the inside. That's pretty. Inside cover. It says, enter the enchanted woods, where dappled light softly illuminates the ferns, mushrooms, and tiny creatures on the forest floor. The magical world is here for you to color, inviting you to discover the beauty and wild flora and fauna. Okay, now I'll show you these now. In tan again. Those little things you used to put on your nose that make little helicopters or whatever. Little horn in your nose as a kid. That's pretty. Dear. Okay, this is like a teal blue. I don't know if you can really see that, but it's like a teal blue design. Mushrooms and snails and all kinds of creatures on that one. This one's green. Look at this beautiful, beautiful fox. Oh, I like that. I like that one. That one's in a light purple. Well, actually it's dark purple, but printed light. Mushrooms and crystals. Mushrooms in pink. And some leaves. Let's see. I want to see what we started with, so I know I'm going to... Okay. These are green. All kinds of leaves and acorns. Look at that. Pretty deer. Okay, we're starting over with these again. So I will stick to these pages. There's the forest. I like how they come up and they look like they're just wrapping around the trees. There's a pretty little house, a little cottage in the forest with strawberries around it. Moths and other beetles. Mushrooms and moons and leaves and wood. Let's see, crystals with flowers. Deer. Pretty moth. And mushrooms. A deer walking over top of a little creature hut with a little mouse. Spider webs. Boy, there's a lot of different things in here. Dragonflies. Lily pads. This is a pretty. That's very pretty. Kind of morbid because it's just two hands holding a body with no, I mean a head with no body, but that's still pretty. Sorry if you hear Pixie. She doesn't like when we talk on our phones, so she's going to talk too. There's a mushroom and a snail. And an owl. And a heart. Fox. Look at the fox. He has little hearts all over him. A moth. It has the moon in its wings. A bear. That's cute. I like the realistic ones like this. A fawn and some chicks. Here's mushrooms. Look at that beautiful bear. Moth. Mushrooms. Flowers. Moon. Berries, and if you can see them in here, there's butterflies. That was a very busy page. Another busy page. You got a bear, a rabbit, a fox, a deer, a buck, and another bear. A little tree house. Well, I should say a little fairy house. And a little swing, tree swing with a rabbit. That's a nice spring one. This is pretty. I really like that one. With the fawn. Some acorns and leaves. Some mushrooms with some sparkles. You can make them glittery. That'd be so cool. And you could just like glue down a little rhinestone in each one. That would look cute. Lantern. This is pretty. Look at that. I love the realistic. Here's a very busy page with spider webs, a spider, some moths, some flowers. Here's a whole pile of flowers and birds. The birds are, these are almost like seek and find pages. They're so busy. Mushrooms. Oh, do you know what these are? These are fireflies. Or lightning bugs, we call them here. Moths and mushrooms. Big mushrooms. This is pretty. I like this page with the raccoon. And it looks like maybe a fox, rabbit, buck, moon, crystals, and moths. Of course, my favorite, the wolf. Frog. Mushroom, flower. I believe this is another fox. I can usually tell by the nose. It's either that or a coyote. An owl. Oh, another beautiful wolf picture. Seen within a wolf silhouette. Some very detailed flowers. A sleeping fox and a snail. A trip through the psychedelic forest. Look at that. You can make that the Yellowberry Road. Mushrooms and flowers. Flowers through a window. The moon. A moth. Mushrooms. There's a pretty moth with a pretty flower. Look at the foxes and the birds flying. Some more of nature. Deer. Mushrooms and flowers. Acorns. Really busy page. Lots of details on that one. A moth. squirrel with a pine cone. Beetle with pretty flowers. Oh, look at that pretty deer peeking out of the flowers. A fox, a bird, and a rabbit, and mushrooms, and some fern. And that's the end. And I will give you a quick look at the ISBN number in case you want to look it up on another site to buy it, or if you're lucky enough to get it at have an Ollie's where you live, then you're going to get it for a good price. Kaleidomorphia by Kirby Rosannes. Look at how nice and colorful it is. And here, oh, here's the back. Look at that. That's awesome. Look at that. And here's the number. Okay, we'll do a flip through this. There's the monkey all fully colored. Color, morph, and create, it says. That is so awesome. Dive into my doodle world where animals and mythical creatures come to life. Otherworldly beings morph out of landscapes and fantasy melts into reality. Oh, look at these pages that they have. Oh my goodness. Look at all that. Here's another beautiful page. These are just the regular pages they have in the front of the book, and they're so pretty. Oh, still some more. Now that's different. I think it's an elephant, but it doesn't look like an elephant's body. Looks like it has a lot of fur on it. One of the morphs. There are a lot of these pages in the front. Look at that. It's Pegasus. Lots of colorful pages. You can see there's creatures coming out of the sky here. Look at this one. That's a powerful one. I wouldn't have thought of some of these color combos, but they are very pretty on these papers. Okay, now we're getting into the coloring. Now these are fairly thick pages, but it looks like they are double-sided, so you're going to have to put something in between. It's called the coloring section with a big, big rooster. Look at that guy. Look at that. That is so awesome. The details. Here's one whole page. It's a camel. Look at all those tiny details in there. These are going to take forever to color, but I'll have fun with it. Look at that lion. Morphed into a mermaid. Do you see that? It's a mermaid. And this one is too. Look, it's like a horse dragon morphed into a mermaid. This is pretty cool. Look at this owl. Let's check that out. It's like steampunk on this side. little guys hanging from a feather. Look at this. Oh my goodness. All the detail in these. This is a 2-page one. It is a turtle. The turtle head here in the body. And there you go. There's a volcano. And there are creatures morphing out of the volcano. This, I don't see a creature. It just looks like a crown. You can see the fleur-de-lis here, the base, and this is all roses. Here's a 2-pager. Look at all those buildings. And there's dinosaurs, a goofy guy, trees. You can look around and find different little things. Look at the fountain, the waterfall. All these little details you gotta look in here for. Another goofy guy. It's like the mountains took over the town. Got overgrown. Okay, this is like a steampunk. Whew, all kinds of air balloons. Zephyrs. Is that what they are? I can't remember what they're called. Anyway, look at all those. And a clock. And a dragon. This is like a steampunk. Sorry I have to do this. My setup isn't working right. Well, I had it up in the air higher, but then it just came back down, so I wasn't going to mess with it anymore. Look at all those. Like little goofy guys up here in the corner and up here. They look like cows. Almost. Steer. Bulls. I don't know. Whatever you want them to be. It's your imagination. Your book. Oh, look at that guy. And his walking stick. Check out his walking stick. It's like a skull. It's got all kinds of knives and weapons up here. Look at this peacock. Holy moly. Oh, this is beautiful. Look at that. All kinds of animals that you wouldn't think would be with that. Like there's all different kinds. Look at it. There's even a snow globe down here. Talk about morphing. Here's a bat. These are my kind of pages. I'm very much into Halloween. Look at that. And the infamous but stealthy Bigfoot. Don't tell them we've had them on paper. They'll never believe it. It's a winter scene. You can see all the snowflakes up here in the top. Look at that. And then it morphs. That big wave. This is an underwater goddess. Look at, she's like a part octopus. Oh, look at this beautiful horse. Just look at that. So much detail. giraffes. A snail with a tiki hut up top. And then there's a snail bottom. Okay. Look at all these horses. And lions and deer. Antelope and looks like a pelican. And oh my goodness. Everybody's running. That was the one I was talking about in the front, where he's an elephant, but he looks furry in the bottom. And if you like snakes, here are some slithery friends. These pages are really thick. Too bad they're not just one-sided. Look at that. That's awesome. Hot air balloons. And the trees. Or no, that's water coming down from the top, I believe. Yep. Look at this parrot. All the stuff in his feathers. All the little goofy things on the end here. Do you like dragons? Look at that. Is that beautiful or what? And another one. And these look like shells to me. I could be wrong. And this is like a mirror, almost mirror image. Woo. Getting a workout with my fingers for this book. There's that monkey that was on the front page. I think I might attempt the way they did their colors. That's pretty. Bats in a hidden city. Some steampunk. Holy crap. Here's another one. I'm going to start at this end because they're all running over into the other direction. Like a pack of wolves. This one reminds me of Harry Potter for some reason. Look at these swords. Like they're entangled in tree roots. That is so awesome. Look at that. The imagination this person has to come up with these pages is amazing. This is a beautiful one. Look at that. I am not too fond. Like, this is beautiful. And when they had the animals, I'm not too fond of these goofy guys. I may have to do something with them when I color. I mean, they just to me, I don't appreciate them, but someone may. At least not in that picture. bird. Look at these horses. Oh my goodness. See now, there they are again. They're in every picture, but I mean like, and this is the other part of that picture with all the waves. Okay, here is a creepy crawler. He's so long, he's all the way out here. He's back and keeps going. His body. Huh. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking pineapple for some reason. Oh, I have no idea. Just looks like a pineapple body. Okay, this is a C1. Long John Silvers. Do you guys have them in your area? Those Long John Silver? They give away those kind of hats in that diner. Shark attack. Look at that. That is awesome. Here's a castle with a dragon and a witch. This kind of reminds me of Wizard of Oz. Now this is a crazy one. This is, look at all those heads. I don't get it in. Look at all these heads. There's one on the other page. Here, here. Look at how many heads that guy has. There's a bird. Look at that. That's pretty. Neptune. Neptune's sun. Here's a panda. And his body. Coming to the end. Pegasus again. And Pegasus on this side. And that was it. Illustrated by Kirby Rossans. Oh, I'm probably really butchering that. That's your last page. And again, I'll give you that number just in case you missed it. Yes. So, let's see what they were. Originally, this one was $14 US, $19 Canada. And here, I got it for $3.99 US. This one was $10.99 US and $3.99. This one was also $10.99 down there, and got it for $3.99. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. If you need any of the other info of numbers or anything, just let me know, and I will put them down. Maybe I'll just put them down in the description so it's easier for you to find instead of having to go back through the video. I just had to share these with you, and whenever I get a page done, I'll be sure to show you and show you which book it came out of. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Oh, before you go, hit that like button. Maybe subscribe. and comment if you like. Thank you for stopping by. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.